On the edge of the world, where the wind howls across desolate cliffs and the sea rages endlessly against black stone, Charlotte McConaughey places us in a story both intimate and untamed. Wild Dark Shore is not just a novel. It is a journey through grief, through survival, through the wildness that exists not only in the land, but deep within ourselves. Our story begins with loss. A woman scarred by grief, her life fractured by tragedy. She seeks refuge far from civilization, choosing to disappear into the raw, unforgiving wilderness. This is where McConaughey thrives as a storyteller, placing her characters in landscapes as fierce and unpredictable as their inner turmoil. Every gust of wind, every stretch of coastline, every shadow on the horizon becomes a mirror of the human soul. Because in Wild Dark Shore, the wilderness is not just a setting. It is a character, a force, a reminder that nature does not bend to human will, no matter how desperate we are. Life in the wild is brutal. Hunger gnaws, isolation sharpens grief, and the sea, vast and merciless, never lets her forget how small one person can be. Yet within that hardship comes resilience. Each trial strips away what is unnecessary. Each storm tests the limits of endurance. And slowly, painfully, she learns not only to survive, but to transform. McConaughey's prose carries us through these moments with a kind of raw poetry, reminding us that suffering and beauty often exist side by side. But Wild Dark Shore is not only about isolation, it is about connection. Even in the darkest places, the human heart reaches for warmth, for companionship, for love, for meaning. McConaughey writes with aching honesty about relationships, fragile bonds that can shatter under the weight of grief or grow stronger in the face of hardship. And just as the ocean tide recedes and returns, so too does the possibility of healing. It does not erase loss, but it teaches us how to carry it, how to live alongside it. As the story deepens, we are forced to ask, what does it truly mean to survive? Is survival simply the beating of the heart? Or is it the act of finding meaning, even in devastation? For McConaughey, survival is not just endurance, it is acceptance. It is transformation. It is recognizing that grief does not end, but it can evolve. And perhaps it is realizing that the wildest, darkest shore is not out there, beyond the horizon. It is within us. Charlotte McConaughey has a gift. Her words read like waves, gentle at times, violent at others, but always carrying us forward. Wild Dark Shore is not an easy book. It does not promise comfort. What it offers instead is truth, that life, in its most brutal and beautiful form, demands that we face both our pain and our power. It is a story of grief, of love, of the wild places that shape us, and the wildness that never leaves us. To read this novel is to stand on a storm-lashed coast, to feel the salt sting your skin, to let the wind tear at your clothes, and to realize that, against all odds, you are still here, alive, changed, enduring. Thank you for joining me on this journey through Wild Dark Shore by Charlotte McConaughey. Comment your thoughts. Subscribe for more book reviews. Want to have it with you forever? Click on the link below. Thank you.